everyone. Good evening. Just checking my levels real quick before we get started, and we should be rolling momentarily. Welcome to the stream. It's me, DIGI. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Yes, I said American Truck Simulator, and we're going to do some exploring. The new Iowa DLC map just dropped, and we're going to go check it out. We're doing this straight up gamepad style. Let's go ahead and go find some jobs to do. We're going to do external contracts because I haven't messed with World of Trucks in a very long time, and I'm kind of feeling it. So, we'll start off easy. We're going to do some pallets to Waterloo. Let's get going. Expect some music repeating as the sim loads. Or maybe it just happens on my end. Alright, so I'm gonna bring the volume back down a touch because it wasn't that low. It wasn't that loud to begin with, but I don't want it to like completely overpower me as the sim kicks off. I'll let you all be the judge. Oof, nice horn. So, oh, I see. So up was cruise control, and the other button that I would use for cruise control is for like blinking the high beams. I'd use the keyboard for keeping the high beams on. So let's see. Let's get going, because I have to find my cargo to get started. Oof, it's been a while since I drove this truck. Hey, someone just dropped me a sub. Hang on, let me read that. Give me a mo. Will there be diverging diamond interchanges? Asking for a friend. Studio Canuck, thanks so much for the sub. It's crazy. 53 months. And it's amazing just how quickly we actually got through the month of June. We're like about halfway through July at this point. It's unbelievable. But welcome, my friend. Glad to have you with. Please let me know if the volume is too loud or too low. I'll try to adjust it as always to make it suitable for chat. Folks, if you are looking for somebody that has loads of experience doing flight sim streaming, you want to tune into my friend Studio Canuck, great friend of the channel, and definitely somebody you want to pay attention to if you're looking for flight sim content. Again, go give him a follow. You will not be disappointed. First delivery of the evening, my friend. We're taking some empty pallets to Waterloo, Iowa. We are in the American Sim. And I'm driving my Peterbilt. I like this truck so much. There was a point at which I was thinking about getting like a Mack, the more modern Mack truck, but this truck really grew on me. And so do the fake brands that are in this sim. You know, Cell Plan and what is it? Walbert and Pizza House. All the good things. There are the pallets. Let's get after it. First delivery is not going to be very long at all. Maybe 15, 20 minutes tops. It is a double, though. All right, we're connected. Ooh, Shoptown. Shoptown instead of ShopRite, or Seatown instead of Shoptown? I can't tell. I don't know what the correlation is between fake and real brand. At least not this one, but it doesn't matter. So greetings to everybody. Welcome aboard. Hope you're having a great Saturday night. We are in American Truck Sim, and we are checking out the new Iowa DLC from SCS Software for American Truck Simulator. Given that I'm delivering a dual load, it would not be in my best interest to take on a diverging interchange. Why, hello. Oh, hello, friend. And for some reason, my alerts from a couple nights ago are still on, which is hilarious. Challenge accepted. All right, give me a moment. I need to make sure that that alert's turned off. Britain DC, I am better than I deserve. Taking it easy and hopefully not crashing my stream, but fortunately I only have one actual source running, so I should be fine. I'm just turning off my cloud bot because I'm not using the other one. Mrs. Digi as well. She's chilling. She just had some watermelon, and we just had some time out. We went out to go get some medicine and to pick up some food. Got plenty of vitamin D today. I'll tell you that right now. And I am enjoying some time at home. We will see. All right, I got that one done. The timer should be off. Let me go ahead and jump back in and keep delivering. All right, great. A dual load and a diverging interchange? Oh, it's just asking for pain. Thank you. You could have kept going, bruh. It's all good. But Britain DC, again, another friend of the channel and somebody that is actually making a triumphal return to streaming. I got a chance to tune into your stream a few days ago, and I know you're working on getting set for your actual, like, full-on comeback stream when you're ready for it. But it's nice to see a familiar name. It's nice to have you, back and active in the community. I know some of us take breaks for short or long periods, and we have our reasons why, and it's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah, but I mean, what a way to break stuff. You absolutely smashed your goals. Like the first stream you came back, I mean, we were laughing. We were just enjoying ourselves. And I'm glad. I'm glad that you did. Yes. Yes, I believe you. I believe you will have a great comeback stream. Yeah, tonight is just trucking. There was like a slight temptation I had to go flying, but honestly, I'm happy to do this right now. I have the Iowa DLC, and I took a look at the map. I've basically got, I think the only things that are missing are North and South Dakota, and we basically have the entire, like, western US, which is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I almost got a chance to buy a force feedback wheel this year, but I passed on it because reasons, because finances. And I've been gaming with a gamepad at ATS and ETS for literally years now. I'm just accustomed to it. It's okay for me. So it's not a problem per se. It isn't. Uh, would it be cool if I had a steering wheel? Sure would. But at the same time, it's not a prerequisite. Like I don't have to have one in order for me to enjoy the sim, and it works out better for me in the sense of space savings. And it's kind of like one of those things where it's like if I think I know what I'm trying to say. It's kind of one of those things where it's like if you don't need it, oh, I know what I want to say. It's one of those things where it doesn't affect my ability to get immersed in the sim. Like I don't need it. After a while, it's just like, oh, well, this is just how I feel, or this is what I, how I play. I just focus on the trucking anyway. Nice. Okay. Pop the cruise control on and chill for a little bit. Yeah, but like, I don't need to have a steering wheel. I think it would be great if I did have one, especially if it was force feedback. But it doesn't need to be a thing because I just focus on getting from point A to point B anyway. Would would I use one if somebody gave one to me? Of course I would. But it's it's not like an utter priority for me right now. Not financially, of course not, because if you've been following me for any stretch of time, you know that my finances have not been the best. Now, this is not me saying, pity did you give me money? No, donations are not required. They are appreciated, but they are not required. If all you need to do is just be here. If all you can do is just show up, great. You don't even have to talk. You don't even have to chat. Just support the channel. A lurk feeds the algorithm. If you want to chat, great. If you want to cheer or sub, thank you again, Studio Canuck. You're welcome to. You don't have to. And let's just a step at a time. Slowly, I feel like Yahweh Elohim is pulling me out of the slump that I'm in. But it's partly me choosing what's most important and also me making wise decisions, monetarily speaking. Like, you know, okay, I don't need to buy a Switch 2. I don't even like playing on the Switch. I have the 3DS. I'm very happy with it. So it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, watch your finances, choose your purchases carefully, and focus on things that are really going to benefit you. So essentially that's where I am. It like I don't necessarily want to dive down the rabbit hole too much, but I will say that it's been an interesting journey. Like both sides of the aisle are saying things, whether they're good things, whether they're bad things. I've heard games are going to be like 60, 70, $80 on that thing. And I mean, not for nothing, but if I'm going to pay $80 for anything, I better get a good chunk of use out of it. Let me give you a for instance. I have like a going on 10-year-old tablet, probably 11-year-old tablet. And basically, I've gotten my money's worth out of that thing. So if you do a really quick calculation, 10 years, and the tablet cost about, let's say, $2,000. 10 years, $2,000. So that means every year the value prop has been about $200. So every year it's been like a brand new $200 tablet, except this wasn't a tablet, it's a Surface Pro 3. So it was a computer, a heavy duty computer, and essentially like the value prop is off the charts. So there's so much stuff that I have. There were some things that I sold in order to make bank, in order to pay bills. And there's still some things that I have that are so old that people aren't going to pay that much money for it, if any. All this to say, I don't need another video game console. I just sold like 6 of mine to make sure that the bills were paid. So it's okay. I'm good. Now, this is basically making me really understand where my priorities need to be. And sometimes falling on your face, it really educates you in a way no academic discussion about finances ever would. So I'm not saying that I wanted this, but I'm also saying I just like, I really value the lessons that I learned over the past year because they've made me a better person because of them. And I don't look at money the same way anymore. I don't look at purchases the same way anymore. I don't look at food the same way anymore. And for me, like, I had this conversation, a while ago. Like, if Mrs. Digi needs something for her health, if Mrs. Digi needs something for the home, like, if there's something that I can do to make her feel better, then that takes immediate and ultimate precedence over anything that I can do for myself. Like, period. What's this? Oh man, thank you so much for the month, for the sub, man. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Um, I appreciate you, and that certainly wasn't required, but it is sincerely appreciated. I don't have like a catchy phrase for anybody that subs. It's just a big thank you. And seriously, like, it, what am I gonna tell you? Chat. Do you want me to tell you something? Do you want me to tell you something I've never told anybody else? Well, let me think. Did I? I might have, but I don't think I shared this with you. Chat. Not just like, yes. Guess what? Next year, Mrs. Digi and I will be married 25 years. Yeah, 25. It's incredible and unbelievable. She's amazing. She's amazing. There's so much of her involved. Her level of support and patience for me is just legendary. Oh, wow. Wow. Congrats on the 11. So, all I gotta say is, it's been a crazy journey. And we've had like incredible adventures. We've gone to like far off corners of the globe, the Leeward Islands of the Caribbean, and like Fairbanks, Alaska. And we've been through some really, really, really cool and really, really, really scary situations. Um, the both of us have had multiple surgeries. She had a cancer scare. We we've been through multiple scenarios where the money was really stretched thin. We both have lost people that we loved and cared about deeply. And I don't know, man. Going through life, I've known her longer than I've been alive now. And having her as my ride along has just been a blessing. Like, she's amazing. She is literally amazing. And in case you missed it, she's the reason why my streaming on Twitch is anywhere near what it is. When I got started streaming, I was streaming from my Surface Pro 3. She funded the first sim rig. She told me to fund the second sim rig. So basically, she's been part of the heart and soul of this channel. of this streaming thing. She's amazing, and I love her. So when stuff needs to get done, if there's something that I can do for her, then why not? All right, stand by. Let's see. I don't have enough experience points to say I can do anything. I'm going to put this over here. So yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's been crazy, but the past year has just taught me there are certain things that I just need to do and deal with life. Okay, so parking brake on, engine off. Look at that. We made our delivery without a single diverging diamond interchange. There may be time for that later. All right, let's unhook. 113 miles. Delivery number 1. What does this company have to offer me? All right, let's see. Let's go to Cedar Rapids and pick up some fertilizer. Let's go. Oh, cool. My AccuSeason FS 2020 download completed. I have that set to automatic. And where's the trailer? It's there. A nondescript container of fertilizer. Man, this job stinks, but I'm... Ooh, wow. Brave man, you ditched 20. Fertilizer makes the world go round. Check remarks. Well, you're braver than I am. I still have FS 2020. I still use FS 2020 a lot, but I am warming up to FS 2024. With that said, I am not participating in any beta programs. No, no, thank you. So I'm gonna let the rabble, the nameless rabble of brave adventurers, test out those beta updates, and then they can let me know what's up. Hey, waiting for chase plane. I got you. I think I might wait to get chase plane until I actually get settled into 2024, because I mean, like, I haven't had the need for it, but when I got GSX, I mean, it was really, really an impact for me. I waited so long to get GSX for FS 2020 that it was really good. Hey, Crafton. Hello, good to see you, my friend. Yes, we are in American Truck Sim, and we are testing out the Iowa DLC right now. I'm mostly doing in-state ops at the moment, but we're probably going to get ourselves into some trouble with a diverging interchange in Wyoming before long. Lyles, welcome in. Coming soon, TM. And here we go. Uh, Canuck is really pushing the diverging diamond interchange idea. You know what? I might just do that. I might just do that. So, okay, Grafton, I don't know if you've known this before, but I did do a fair chunk of American Truck Sim streaming in the past, in years before. Like, this was like 2022, 2023, or 2021 even. And, like, I had just gotten started talking and hanging out with friends like Pure Luck and Studio Canuck, and Uh, this must have been a while ago because I know the Wyoming DLC dropped, and I was just like, hey, let's get it. So I was making a delivery and had to exit the highway. And as it turned out, I had to exit on a diverging diamond interchange. And those are cool because they kind of direct the flow of traffic. My problem was I had a particularly extended length trailer, and the diverging diamond interchange was actually way, way narrower than I expected. So, short version of the story, I got stuck at the interchange for about 3 or 4 minutes, cars honking at me, a state trooper there, me figuring out how to do it, but I didn't hit anybody, and I did get out of the interchange. However, that resulted in memes and me never living it down for the rest of my streaming career. But, like I tell Canuck every time, it's okay. You can laugh at that because that was hilarious. It was a great day. A great day to go get stuck. It was wonderful. Of course, I am a touch apprehensive about doing it again, but who cares? It's a sim. Live it up. Now, I'm going to take a few moments out of my journey, and we're going to park up and go check out the overlook right here. A double container. Yeah, yeah. So basically, my trailer might have been a bit longer than the one that I currently have, and I literally got stuck for at least 3 minutes solid. It was funny, and it was just like, okay, am I gonna get out of this? I finally did, but it was surprisingly difficult to do so. And man, I gotta say, SCS software has gotten so good at 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 scenery and downloadable content for American Truck Sim. Like, I'm really glad that I have the DLC that I have. This is superb. This is really so nice. You just fixed your steering wheel. Nice. That's fantastic. I'm a gamepad player, and it's taken me a while to kind of like warm up to it, but I do like playing this. It does look wonderful, and this is just one of the areas. I just drove from Des Moines to Waterloo, and we're leaving Waterloo and we're going to Cedar Rapids. All right, so let's get out of here. That's all I need to see. I mentioned this before on stream, but basically, one of the reasons I like playing ATS is because I'm an American. I live in the States. I don't live in Iowa, but I I I'm really drawn to the scenery in the US because it's familiar. It reminds me of places that I've traveled to, and essentially it resembles very much what I've seen and what I'm accustomed to seeing. So there are certain things that I don't know about, or basically don't know much about, but it's a nice journey. It's a nice adventure to have. You're going Flagstaff to Bakersfield. Nice. Fuzzy Pickles, hello, my friend. Welcome. Welcome aboard. God bless you and your family in Jesus' name. I hope that you're doing very well tonight. Folks, Fuzzy Pickles is another friend of mine, somebody who I believe is part of the Safe Streamer Network. I'm not sure how that network is or what it all entails, but I can tell you that Fuzzy Pickles is one of my friends on Twitch, puts out wonderful content, plays retro games, occasionally plays Roller Coaster Tycoon, and is a wonderful friend to my community. So feel free to check him out, give him a follow if you haven't done so. Amen, my brother. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Mrs. Digi's chilling out with me, and we are just chilling out tonight. Hopefully having a great day tomorrow, and then I'm attacking, this week coming up. It's a regular week, and I've got the rest of July being essentially just like a straight through month of work. August will hopefully be a little bit faster because it'll be coming up on like the tail end or like the dog days of summer, like I call them. And then we have September. And then we come into the burr months. Basically September, October, you get it. The return of the early evenings, the colored leaves, the fall weather. I'm so looking forward to that. The year is going by very quickly. I will tell you that much right now. It's amazing how fast it's gone by. And I'm looking forward to hopefully having a better holiday season than I did last year. Only the Lord knows. Only Yahweh Elohim knows what's going to happen. But I really do hope that it turns out better. And I'm hoping for more strength and more wisdom to do what I do at my regular job, and also to do what I do, on the side better. To that end, like I announced on my Discord and also like I announced on stream, I am going to be focusing more energy and time to doing scenery development, and I'm gonna focus on doing the best that I can to create small, medium, hopefully even big airports someday. I mean, okay, all right, let's put it out there. I'm not a fan of summer. I don't hate it, but at the same time, I do think I like colder weather in general because I can layer up. It's the sun goes down and like the sky gets pretty, and then you just I move on. But there is something about the middle of winter when it snows, or even the middle of winter when it doesn't snow, but basically it's a clear morning, there's no haze, and you're up early and you get that early morning sunshine. It's amazing. It is amazing. Fall is like that too. Even fall I think is even better because fall fall is like your body starts to basically adjust to the fact that okay, it's not going to be warm again for a very long time, and basically what that means is hey, let's go do the things, let's drink some pumpkin spice latte, there I said it, and go apple picking, get lost in a corn maze, dream about pumpkin pie, and then basically just get on to the the many holidays. But at the same time, I mean, I can respect that some people don't like the return to form, because if you're a teacher, you go back to teaching kids, or you go back to working through a schedule, then you might count down to the winter break or the Christmas holidays, stuff like that. With the exception of PSLs. I mean, I don't know. They the coffee shops might start treating PSLs like we treat Christmas in July or something. Like they might say something like, "Hey, get your PSL in August." And Britain DC will be like, "Oh no, here we go." But it's I guess what I'm trying to say is you never know what's going to be adopted by any organization. So, I don't know. Got to pull in for an inspection. Here we go. Now we're on 380. Dude, this is crazy. Gotta say, so far, I'm a big fan of the DLC. I like how it looks, I like how it plays. Yeah, man, gotta keep it legal, Canuck. I gotta keep it legal. 67,033 pounds. A little over 33 tons of stuff. What is that? What is that like at least 15 tons of poop? No, no. It's processed poop. That's what fertilizer is. But that is that is one of the things that I'm not a humongous fan of, because I think right around the beginning of spring or right around the beginning of fall is when you're gonna go to, like, Ace Hardware or whatever lawn and garden shop you have, whether it's Lowe's or something, or Walmart, excuse me, Walbert, and you go pick up topsoil or something, or potting soil or fertilizer to make your stuff get ready for next year. So it smells stinky, but such is life. But yeah, not gonna lie, I'm a fan of this right now. I like the way this DLC looks and plays. I'm a big fan of driving on highways, so I mean, this is ticking my check marks. We got airport traffic as well in the vicinity. Sorry about that. I was just readjusting my headset. I know, a plane. um, I think this was either a year or 2 years ago. I did a long haul, or like a medium haul, to like Houston, and Houston has I think it's like George Bush Intercontinental, and I actually delivered to the airport, and it has a runway with aircraft landing. Like, I think I legit saw either a 747, or I think I saw a 747 and a Spirit Airbus land at the airport, which was great. We were like plane spotting for like a minute or two. Points for spotting the plane. Maybe I need to make some commands or point redeems. That's great. I'll give you points for that. I will definitely give you points for that. Although, I mean, let me take a second to highlight some of the progress that you've made, folks. Again, I'm gonna call out my friend Britton DC. He's got some ideas and some adventures planned for his streaming, and a system where you can literally check in for the evening flights, and commands and a whole bunch of stuff, redeems and set up for giveaways. I'm looking forward to seeing what Britton DC brings to the table. I am. Meanwhile, for all the virtual cargo that Britton DC delivers, I am going to go ahead and say, you know, our truck's going to be ready to ship it out. All right, so it looks like I already have, or I'm on my way to the achievement for the Hawkeye State. I think I'm supposed to visit all 8, or at least 8 areas, so we're on our way. And I've also got about half my tank spent, so I might fill back up once we leave here. Well, you're most welcome, my friend. You're most welcome. Okay, looks like we're about to have delivery number 2 in the books. And we are dropping off some fertilizer. Alright, now, I'm going to do the where you need it, because this is only one trailer. It's going to be on my right. There's a channel redemption that I haven't found yet. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Alright, and let's go ahead. Let's start popping this thing into place. Gonna be a little tricky to see because I can't tell where I'm going. How we doing? How we doing? I'm about to hit anything? Ooh, very nice. Am I doing okay? I don't know. Okay, let me do this. We were more or less all right. It's just that we were about to hit the other trailer, which is a no-no. So, let's do it again. Now, am I going to pull this off at all? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to hit the other trailer at this point. And I still didn't hit the pole, which is crazy because I was pretty sure I was going to hit something. But not too bad. All right, great. Now we can back this in. Superb. I'm happy with that. Good. Wonderful. That's delivery number 2 in the books. All right, not as many miles, but basically about as much experience. So I mean, I'm not making a lot of money per delivery, but we are purposely staying in the state because I do want to check out the map DLC. So we started out in Des Moines, we went to Waterloo, we just arrived in Cedar Rapids, and we've got lots of endorsements. So let's see what we can do next. We could go to Springfield, Missouri, we could go to Nebraska, we could go to Iowa. Ooh, wow, we can go to Nevada. Let's see. I don't think there's any. Well, just because there aren't any deliveries to Wyoming doesn't mean that there won't be any interchanges I exit off of. But let me see. Oh, wow. Seriously? So, okay, the northern part of Nevada is a thing. How long is that? That's 22 hours 41 minutes. 12 hours in sim time is like 40 minutes of IRL time. So that's almost about an hour and 20 minutes. I think that's just outside the window of time that we have for tonight. I think I might enjoy 1 or 2 more deliveries inside of Iowa before we go out of state. Nebraska. Good point. Good point. We could do a really quick delivery. A really quick delivery to Grand Island. Let's do that. Let's take some fireworks. Let's go. All right, so the fireworks are like over there. Let's go do the thing. Good chance of of course there is. Good chance of a DDI. Britain DC, my friend, love your soul. Thanks so much for stopping by and saying hello. Wish you a great rest of your evening. Take care. Seriously, have a great night. All right. Off to Nebraska, chat. So 12:11. It's going to take about 6 hours of time. We're going to see some sunsetage. Okay. Let's leave it like that for now. Keep things simple. Well, don't stop stop in the middle of the intersection, please? That make things more difficult and awkward. But it is what it is. Alright, so from Nebraska, I might do one more delivery before I call it a night. How long have I been going, actually? Okay, not too long. Not too long. Let me know if anything's weird on stream, chat, and hopefully my tech is not too far behind the curve, but we'll see what happens. Streaming is one of those things where weirdness happens, and sometimes there's literally no way that I have of being able to fix a problem except after the stream. So we'll see what we see. Oh, now I know why I have both mirrors up. Yep, that's why. Yes, it does, Rathole. Hello. Welcome aboard, my friend. Folks, if you're looking for another flight sim streamer that occasionally does aircraft development and likes flying to abandoned airports, Rathole 80 is your streamer. Known him for a while, does some really nice laid-back streams, and likes to chat up the people that are in his chat. Comes Digi recommended, so feel free to check him out. You noticed a couple of freezes. There might be some drop frames. I'm hoping there aren't that many, so we'll see. Actually, hang on a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull over probably after the on-ramp, and then we'll double check real fast. Oh, yeah, you got it, my friend. Welcome aboard. Alright, don't want to park over to the right because I might dump it in the ditch there. Give me just a little bit, Chad. Or probably over here somewhere. Yeah, this is probably good enough. Alright, let me check. I mean, my stream is what it is right now. Let me see if I can close some windows. Maybe my memory usage is a little too strong right now. Okay. I don't know. But let's give this a shot now, and we'll see if this actually helps. Feel free to call out any drop frames if you see them. Hopefully it's not too bad, but I don't know. There's only so much that I can control. One of the things I could probably do is stop and restart the stream, but I'm not sure if that's going to do anything to help. I think the choice of Stream Elements over Stream Labs, at least in the past, gave me a much smoother experience at the cost of, I think, more CPU. But I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know if I was ever sure about what the stream software actually does in terms of stabilizing a stream. I know occasionally my bit rate is messed up, but I will see what I see. And I think it might also have something to do with the other screen that I'm observing the stream on, so I'm not worried about it too much. But yeah, I'm a fan. I like the Iowa DLC, and it's one step closer to having scenery for pretty much the entire U.S. I don't know when they're going to get to the Mid-Atlantic states, but I'd like to see what they do with New York City and how many roads they model. It would be great to drive on the Cross Bronx Expressway or to go on the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, I would imagine they're not going to simulate too many of the commonplace traffic jams. The thing that interests me the most about New York is understanding how populated it is. I didn't know this. The population of New York City is almost double that of LA. It's like 20 million some people right now. And the last time I was there, the last time I spent a very long time there, I think it wasn't even half that. All right, so another inspection. Here we go. Way station is open for business. Oh, looks like somebody had an accident. Exactly. Metro area is literally like 20 million people. And it didn't dawn on me. Like, I didn't keep track of that at all. So I, when I saw that number, I was like, oh my word, that's crazy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I think like LA by comparison is like 12 or 13. And the thing about LA is that it's so spread out. I mean, all the neighborhoods, all the cities, it's literally spread out over hundreds of square miles. Everything else seems quite calm. Well, okay, I'll give you a big fat for instance. I used to work in New York. There was a time when on the weekends you could go into the city and go out of the city during the evening times and not have that much traffic. And apparently, as someone who continued to work there for many years after me told me, he said it's not like it used to be. Like it doesn't stop being packed. And one of the issues with New York City, especially with regards to things like trucking, is there aren't that many interstate highways that service the city that actually are continuous. The outer ring of the city is like 287 in New Jersey and 287 in the extreme, like upstate New York portion. Then you have 95, which crosses New York City at Manhattan and goes into the Bronx and goes up through New England. And that's if you're going from south to north. You also have 87, which starts in New York City and goes up to places like Albany and what I'm trying to say, Albany and further upstate up to the Canadian border. And you have other highways. The problem with some of those other highways is that they don't extend all the way out both sides of New York. So the only exception to the rule is Interstate 278. And even Interstate 278 doesn't extend both ways out of the city all the way. Actually, yeah, it doesn't. It connects to a network of three-digit interchanges, three-digit highways, and you really have to know what you're doing in order to stay on those truck routes. But I mean, there's a lot of trucking that takes place, and it's all in a condensed area. So when you have lots of traffic in a very small area, you get traffic jams. Exactly. So 287 is the furthest removed, and 95 is probably the most involved double-digit interchange highway. 278 is the most involved two-digit highway that goes into and through and snakes through the city. And there's a portion of it called the Brooklyn Queens Expressway, which literally goes from, I think, like Astoria in Queens to basically downtown Brooklyn, to where to past downtown Brooklyn to the Verrazano. And, well, let me think. The portion that's called the Brooklyn Queens Expressway kind of ends in Industry City, which is like down by the bay, down by where like the Statue of Liberty is. But that's some of the densest highway traveled road, I think, in the country, which is amazing. But I do kind of wonder how SCS is going to tackle that when they get to that point. I mean, I kind of hope to do that soon, but I don't know if we have that much time. I don't know. I think what's going to happen is that they're going to release, I think, North and South Dakota, and then we're probably going to get Illinois, probably Wisconsin, and then they're going to loop back around to like Kentucky, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, and then at some point it's either going to be Georgia or Florida first. But I'm thinking that's going to be like another 3 or 4 years worth of updates. And along the way, they're obviously going to continue to do tweaks to the rendering engine, logic, add new modes. I mean, they already have an academy mode now where you can learn more of the skills with regards to driving a truck. I don't care about getting the virtual certification unless by getting that virtual certification you are going to unlock additional modes or methods of play. So like, for example, if you have a license, like, some kind of like a way of getting a fake CDL, then maybe having the CDL because you went through the program as opposed to not having it means maybe SCS will give you a discount on DLC, or maybe you'll unlock additional modes of play that will allow you to enjoy the sim even more. I don't know. Maybe. I think that would be very cool, and that would like be a way of rewarding players for getting more involved in the sim. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Great day for trucking, man. Now we're going to Council Bluffs, and we're going to Kansas. I think. Well, I will say that this is easier than driving in Japan, where there's so much room for getting confused on the road. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna take this exit. Wow, so much going on in just this interchange alone. That's crazy. Oh wow, are you kidding me? We've made it to Omaha? Wow, that was fast. Mind you, the map scale is 119, but I wasn't expecting to clear this much ground this quickly, which is superb. Tesseract. Tesseract as in Marvel, or did I miss a reference? crazy. We're on I-80. I-80 ends in San Francisco, and it starts in New Jersey. That's the westbound. Eastbound is Frisco to basically Hackensack, Teaneck. A fold in space. Yeah, this sim definitely has that, and unbelievable. I did not see that truck in front, that car in front of me. I'm utterly surprised I didn't rear-end it. I'd better pay attention. Good stuff, though. It does look like it's about to rain, so I wouldn't be surprised if I start seeing droplets hit my windshield. Good drive. Also, this is like the first time I've driven through Nebraska in a while on stream. For all the DLC that I've purchased, I actually haven't been doing a lot of driving because I've been doing more flight simming. And of course, I'll be doing more senior development on stream. But I think I'm going to get back to doing some more ATS trucking. For a while earlier this year, I was so into trucking in Japan. I still am. It's great. But I'm really starting to see how nice this area looks. Nice flat expanse. It's beautiful. Folks, sincerely, thank you so much for coming aboard today and for hanging out with me. I want to take a moment to appreciate each and every one of you. I am a born-again Christian and streamer. I sincerely hope and pray that your day is going okay. If it's not, feel free to take a few moments to just, sit back, relax, take a deep breath, stretch your legs, stretch your arms. Just know that you are welcome to come in here and chill out. My slant on life is that I want to show as much love and support to people as I can. As a born-again Christian, I believe that it's everyone's necessity to know a deep relationship with God through Jesus Christ. But if that's not what you want to believe, or if that's not what you think, all the same, happy to have you here tonight, and I sincerely do hope that you are on your way to a great rest of your weekend and an amazing week ahead. I don't think Columbus is our final destination because we do have an hour and 7 minutes of sim time left. That probably means we've got something in the vicinity of about 5-10 minutes of actual driving left. IRL time. Like I said, my ratio is 12 hours of sim time for 40 minutes of game time. But again, all of you being here tonight and supporting me, even if all you do is just lurk, it's appreciated. Sincerely is. Sincerely. So thank you for being here. I think I'm going to merge to the left. Pardon me, Mr. Truck. Thank you so much. There we go. Taco Kingdom. Let's go, fake brands. I'm such a fan of the imitation brands. I can't get enough of them. Okay, making a left turn here, so might as well get in place now. And At some point, I am going to need gasoline, but I'm not worried about it right this instant. El Mercado supermarket and pharmacy. Oh, wow, look at that station wagon. Nice. Yummy restaurant. Yummy restaurant. Almost kind of sort of looks like the same branding as Denny's, but I don't know. Kenworth is a real brand. We're on US 81 now. Crossing, I guess, railroad tracks. Motor City. Missouri. Alright, looks like we're going on to 30. Be careful. Don't want to hit anybody. West 30. Here we go. You know what? Since we are here, let's go get some gasoline while we're at it. I mean, it's not going to get more convenient than this. All right, fill it up, please. $623 for gasoline. That's a lot of gasoline. It's kind of nuts. But now we're a lot better. Oh, oopsies. Send me the bill. A little bit of damage to the truck, not much. Wow. Landscape is fairly flat and spacious. Did any of you catch one of the updates coming to, I think, both ATS and ETS? It looks like the team is actually going to incorporate buses. And not just as, like, things... I think they're actually going to make a game mode with passenger transit, which makes me sit up and pay attention, because on top of the fact that they're also considering getting, you know, box trucks or rigid trucks where you drive a truck that has a trailer attached. Now they're also considering doing, you know, bus passenger ops, or at least, let me step back. They're apparently looking into buses, which makes me believe they're going to do passenger ops in the sim, which is amazing. It's kind of cool. I like the idea, at least. It's dope. 3, which is amazing. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what bus operations are going to do for the sim. All right, so Venture. That logo looks suspiciously like the logo for almost like Frontier or something, but I don't know. I don't think we're driving past an airport. So I'm going to make this one an easier drop off because I'm starting to get a little bit tired and I'm wondering whether or not I'm going to do another delivery or call it here. So let's just go ahead and park up for now. But this is pretty cool. All right. There we go. Not bad. 3 runs, 3 deliveries. And we've got the Nebraskan sun coming down. It's still up in the sky, but it's going to be dark pretty soon. Let me think. Where would we go from here anyway? Okay, so we've got 15,000. So about 20,000 with the bonuses for proficiency and long distance. And this was a hazmat delivery, which is great in terms of additional bonus experience. So let me take a look and see what current company offers exist and where we might go from here. Missouri is like another 20-minute run, which will kind of be cool because then I would have Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri as runs for today, and it's not quite an hour and a half yet. I think that might actually be a nice way to cap it off. The only difference, or the only thing that would make me think otherwise, would be if I wanted to wrap up now and just take it easy. But tell you what, we're going to squeeze one more delivery in. We're going to take some glass racks over to Maryville, and then we will call it a stream. So we'll do one more run for everybody, and then we'll see what we'll see what we see. Excuse me. So it's over that way. And it is this, I think. All right, so definitely last delivery of the night. And considering I usually don't do more than one delivery on stream anyway, this is a stretch. All right, let's go on and get to Missouri. I don't think I've delivered to Maryville, so this will be a first for me. And again, thanks to everybody that's hung out tonight. I appreciate having you all with me. We're going to make our 4th and final delivery of the evening to Missouri, not back to Iowa, but we have explored more than a little bit of Iowa so far, and it makes me really appreciative and happy for the DLC. If you are interested at all in getting the Iowa DLC, it's only $11.99 right now on stream, so it's definitely going to be possibly as inexpensive as it's going to be for a while. I would imagine after the new release hype wears off, it's probably going to go back up to something like $17.99 or whatever the typical or standard DLC cost is. So you may want to hop on it now if you have the interest. Certainly if you have the money, and just check it out and see what you see. I can tell you that I have enjoyed my time in Iowa, and now that I have all the map DLC, I'll be able to keep up with pretty much anybody that's going to be, streaming or having a convoy. And speaking of convoys, don't think that I've been sleeping on the idea of having my own convoy on stream. This is something that I've talked about for a long time. I think probably since the beginning of this year. So basically, I've kind of like hinted at this with Studio Canuck in the past, and if Studio Canuck is here, he can vouch for me. I've hinted at this. I've thought about this strongly, and I think I would like to have a convoy. I don't know if I want to do this on stream or off stream. It would probably be a little bit more relaxed if I did it off stream. I wasn't focused on talking to anyone except the people that I was having a convoy with, and then basically that would mean that it would be really, really laid back, relaxed. I wouldn't have to think about, keeping up with like chat. The only chatting that I would be doing would be the people either in my Discord or, talking on the CB, and basically we'd be able to just relax and do the things. And I don't necessarily want to have requirements. I don't necessarily want to, make you have to buy everything. We could probably come up with a really simple system so that you could actually figure out whether or not, you wanted to go trucking to certain places. I have all the map DLC right now. I don't have much else in terms of content. So I think it would grind down to being a question of whether or not we'd want to go trucking or convoying for a long period of time, like, from the Midwest to, like, say, LA or Seattle, or whether it would be, hey, let's do a bunch of mini deliveries and then basically we'll be done. I think the convoy would be a cool idea for, I think long distance convoys would be a great idea for the States. And I think multiple short hauls would be great if we were like in Europe, because then we'd be able to hop from place to place really quickly, or go all over the place and decide, where we wanted to go, what we wanted to do next. I'm still trying to get the logistics for that figured out in my head, but I think I'm almost about as open to the idea of convoying in Euro Truck Simulator 2 as I am in American Truck Simulator. I think for some of the folks that I know that have ETS2 and have a whole bunch of downloadable content, I might do that. But again, the beauty of me having both sims and me not caring about whether or not I convoy on stream is, if I focus on convoying off stream, I would be able to put way more emphasis on enjoying the drive, catching up with people, shooting the breeze, all that good stuff, without thinking too hard about, oh, well, we have people watching and people commenting and people driving and being on the CB and all this stuff. So it wouldn't be a major problem for me to switch focus. So I think convoying is something that I'm probably not going to be doing on stream, but I would do with friends. So, because I've talked about it enough, I'm probably going to put it up in my Discord to a consensus and to see who actually would be interested in attending a like an offline, I'm sorry, an off stream convoy to either ATS or ETS, and to see what folks think of as a better choice. Or I could just bounce back and forth between both of them and say I'm going to do American Truck Simulator convoys, like at the beginning of the month, and then I'm going to do Euro Truck Simulator convoys at the end of the month, and then basically, like, it would be easier for people to actually pick and choose when they want to show up, if they want to show up, and that's all. And with convoys, even if I'm convoying by myself, I can convoy with traffic, so I know that at least it's not going to be a completely empty landscape. And I think with the improvements that have come into the sim over the past year and a half, you can do things like random events, like you'll have to detour off the main road because there's an accident, or there's construction and the bridge is closed. So all this to say, I am seriously considering it. I'll probably be talking about this on my Discord, and we will figure out what the process is going to be in time. So stay tuned for more. With that said, we are already almost halfway through our delivery, and I've added another city or settlement to my Cornhusker State unlock achievement, which is still locked for Nebraska. And we're going to go to US Route 77. Let's go. This is good. I do like me some highway runs. A little bit faster than I should be going. Let's go ahead and coast it down. Oh, that's right, I'm going to Maryville. So we're a little bit over the halfway mark. Speed limit went up. With the World of Trucks deliveries that I have been doing, however, I can't go past 65 miles an hour. Also, I have to slow way down. That construction zone went by really fast. Better pay attention. Actually, we're doing pretty good in terms of covering ground. And Dreamburger, let's go. I wish I would have stayed on the highway instead of gone through a major city, but at the same time, is what it is. Yeah, the graphical improvements over the past like 10, 15 years to the series have really begun gotten more and more obvious. I am definitely a fan. I think we're on the homebound stretch now. So let's see, we got about maybe 5 to 10 minutes left before we wrap up for tonight. Just a quick bit of housekeeping before we do. I will probably get back to doing scenery dev streams, aka quiet dev streams this week, 2 to 3 nights this week. So basically, quiet streams are no microphone, no audio, just me sharing my development flow as I create models or add things to scenery in the sim. You're certainly welcome to show up. I'd imagine you might want to bring your own tunes because it's going to get really quiet really quick and stay that way. I might get raided, but I think I'm going to make a point of saying, hey, thanks so much for stopping by, and then get right back into it. This is going to be mostly for people that like to see the creative process, and basically the plan is you're going to see me work, and then basically I'll be done. I might make a comment here or there, but I'm probably not going to do much chatting at all since I'm going to be focused on creating things. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to be doing any kind of other streaming during the week. The reason why I like doing quiet dev streams with no microphone or no audio is so that if I have to get up and take care of something, I can do that without being focused on, like, say, the communication aspect. You're certainly welcome to leave me a message and I will respond. But at the same time, the point of those streams is to essentially share my time creating things with the community and show you what I'm up to. Am I going to be streaming on the weekends? Well, I mean, I streamed today. There's no guarantee that I would, but there's probably not going to be a guarantee that I won't either. What I'll probably do is I'll probably get back to doing streams on Sunday afternoons, assuming that I time my stuff and whatever else is going on wraps up in a neat, tidy way, at the end of the week or on Saturday. Because I much rather prefer to stream on Sunday, but not every Sunday is conducive to a good stream. Maybe there's a lot I have to do to get ready for the week. Maybe I have friends coming over from church, so I'm going to be focused more on that, and I'm not sure if I want to do a short stream then, as opposed to doing a longer stream on a weekend where I'm actually able to do something. So I'm still feeling this out, but essentially that's my plan. Development streams way more often during the week, and basically focusing or zeroing in on that, because I really would like to get back in the habit of doing that more often. And by doing that more often, I mean actually producing content and releasing airports, because I want to do that, and I do want to get into the habit of releasing airports for both FS 2020 and FS 2024. I think after this year, though, I think the dev community is going to be focused way more on 2024 than 2020. I'm still not sure exactly what side of the fence I want to be on with regards to that, but I'm not utterly worried about it right now. So we'll see what happens. Or to borrow a pun, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And speaking of crossing bridges, we just entered Missouri. Now, don't think that because I want to do more flight sim dev streams, I don't care about flying at all anymore. I'm definitely looking forward to the release of the Synaptic Simulations A220 when that happens, and also the Bluebird 757. both of which I believe are getting some funding or some support from any builds. So we'll see what happens. We will see whether or not it becomes an important point. I technically don't need either one of them because I have the 737-600, which means I have a plane suitable for regional operations at this point, along with the other business jets that I have. So I think I have all that I actually need to basically do things like play testing of, airports with regional aircraft. And there's plenty of airports that I have to get back to, that I want to get back to. The major difference between where I was last year and where I am now is that I am definitely more interested in getting back into the creative process. And I think I'm in a spot where hopefully the consistency and the cadence of my work in real life is starting to become more predictable or more sustainable so that I can actually focus on doing scenery development when I have the opportunity and the motivation to do so. The good news is there's more motivation now. Otherwise, I am probably going to be doing a little bit of retro gaming, not as much racing in, say, the Shutoko Revival project. There's a recent car update that came out for it. I'm not worried about getting that right now, and if that means I need to chillax and get rid of the DLC and, like, say, reinstall Assetto Corsa and start over from scratch, I'll do that. I care way less about Assetto Corsa than I do about ATS or ETS, certainly, the flight sims. So if I have to nuke that install and start over, I will. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be doing more offline trucking in Japan, maybe a little bit in Europe as well. And the the funny thing about Europe is that it's turning more into a driver and garage management simulator than actually a trucking sim. And by that I mean I have the number of garages that I do, so it'd be cool to buy even more garages and watch the growth happen. I could probably invest like virtually everything that I have into buying a whole host of other garages and then staffing them. The interesting problem that I have now is that I'm starting to run out of actually people to hire. So we'll see if the algorithm actually gives me more people to hire, or if I actually break the sim because I've hired everybody. I'm assuming they're going to generate more people, but I don't know that for a fact. All I can say is that I've driven ETS2 for a long time, and I've had so much fun doing that, but ATS has become such a new experience for me that it's reestablishing itself as the adventure that I didn't know that I wanted to go on. And welcome to Maryville. 4 out of 10 in the show me state, so there we go. It's kind of crazy how quick these deliveries actually happened. Alright, immediate left turn here. I think that's it. Coming up on the place where we're going to unload. Let's see if we can do a nice delivery. This is crazy. Absolutely nuts. Where are we going to park it? Oh, there we go. We can do that. Let's go, chat. The beacons, the crispy beacons. Now, let's go ahead and pop this in the bay. Bit of a task, not much. Not much. Go ahead and crank it the other way, sir. Come on, sir. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Wait, needs to be a little bit better. Turn the steering wheel the other way, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Maryville and the last drop-off for tonight. That's 4 deliveries, 2 in Iowa, 1 to Nebraska, and 1 to Missouri. 4 World of Trucks deliveries. This one was about over twice the distance from both Iowa deliveries that I had today. Great. We're coming up on the end of level 31. I don't think I have any more other skill points, but I might be wrong about that. All the same, this was a nice run tonight. So again, I think future truck sim streams are probably going to be occasional occurrences mixed up there with flights, but the overarching priority for the next few months is going to be scenery development. So I expect to see a lot more of that on stream. I expect to see more discussions of that in Discord. If you aren't a part of my Discord community, I will probably find you on Discord, depending on what channels that we share interests in, like for example Studio Canuck or some of my other friends. And I can certainly extend an invitation for you to join the Discord. I usually like to keep the invitation process private so that we control and cultivate a better community experience there. On my Discord, I talk about scenery development projects, life, other games that I'm playing, other ideas that I have, and concerns for the future of the channel. So feel free to follow me here on Twitch, and we'll basically circle around to getting you to be a part of that actual community. And of course, check out my friends that have stopped by and said hello already, like Lyles, VT, Fuzzy Pickles, Studio Canuck, Rat Hole 80, a lot of the folks that you saw on stream today in the chat. And to my lurkers out there, thank you so much for being a part of this channel as well. You have an important role because you bring up the channel algorithm for me as well. Future truck streams, I think if I do stream more, it's probably going to continue to be more ATS content, because I think there's a lot of exploring that I have to do that I haven't done lately, and we'll see what happens. We'll see whether or not the experience is going to be more appealing to me, or I might deliberately choose to stream some ETS in order to check out some of the places that I haven't actually been to, because they've done a slew of updates to already existing scenery, reworks. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, folks, I am going to go ahead and call it here and just let all of us scatter to our individual parts of the Twitchverse. It's a privilege to have you all aboard. Again, my sincere hope and prayer is that all of you have an amazing night. And like I said before, I'm a born-again Christian and believe that The only way to have a meaningful life is through a personal relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And it's as simple as understanding that God has a plan for your life that is bigger than you ever knew. He loved you and went to the cross for you to die for your sins. And he rose from the grave and lives to intercede for and to save you for an eternity with him in heaven. Folks, love to each and every one of you. I hope you have a great night. And like I always like to say at the end of every stream, if you want true peace, you want the Prince of Peace, and that's Jesus Christ. Have a great night, folks. See you around the Twitchverse. Canuck, if you're still here, I'll probably drop by your stream tonight, say hello, and hang out. Because I know you're out. I know you're out tomorrow because of reasons. But anyway, friends, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. And if for some reason I missed any chats, my apologies. Otherwise, folks, catch you around the Twitchverse. And until next time, we'll see ya.